this is Julissa of Paper Gems by Jules, and today I am all about the February 2023 Whit Kit. So I wanted to show you this amazing kit of so many cool products and how my first idea came, because the truth is I have a ton of ideas with this kit. There's so much that you can use, and I love that things are kind of unique in this one. My favorite part, to be completely honest, well, I mean, I'm having a tough time choosing, to be straight with you. The newspaper, I love stamping on printed paper. I think it's so cool. It adds so much dimension to a card and detail without having to put all the work in. The other part are these really cool cut apart sentiment strips, and you'll see in a little bit later why I fell in love with that part too. There are a couple other elements in here. There's this really cool inch, 1x1 ink smushing block, which I have some ideas for, but I'm going to get into that in a different card. I don't want to take more of the time because this is kind of a long video, just because I want to show the coloring. I know some people really enjoy seeing your color choices and stuff like that, so I thought I'd share that with you. But for the other stuff that's in here, this has a really cool wax seal stickers. So those you can put on. I like that they're not too thick, so you can put them on and still have a card that's mailable that you're not gonna have to pay all this extra postage for, just because of this cool wax seal. So I have some ideas for that. And there's also a really good spray bottle. Now, a spray bottle like this, like I have a water spray bottle. I mean, a lot of us already do. But what I would consider doing with that little spray bottle is putting alcohol. So not like drinking alcohol. It's not that kind of party, girls. But actually, I use either the colorless blender or, something where I can spray that onto when I'm doing alcohol inks. So it's not like coloring with alcohol inks, but when you're using Yupo paper and stuff like that, like that spray bottle creates such a cool look. So again, another idea of things to use with this awesome Whit Kit. So that's the paper, that's the strips, that's the little block, that's the seal, and that's the spray, and then you have this beautiful stamp. So this stamp I was drawn to because it brings me back to my younger days. My dad used to plant lots of flowers in our yard, and we'd go to parks all the time, and he would point out all these different flowers. So it brought back memories of having these flowers in our yard and in our lives, and just kind of that all those vibes, those family vibes. So I thought this is a great image for me personally, but I also thought it was such a pretty combination of flowers, and you can actually Google iris, daffodil, tulips and find photos of these three flowers together. So it really is such a pretty image, and it's easy to color. Tulips come in so many different colors, so you can really go crazy with them. Daffodils can have a little bit of a different look to them, and irises as well. So again, you can be creative. I thought to be pretty standard and kind of stick to the basic colors, but I love the way this bright floral image and colorful image looks on some vintage newspaper. So I'll leave you to watch the coloring, and then I'll come back a little bit later to kind of finish up the card and show you what I'm actually going to do with those sentiment strips. So hang in there. So you got the gist of that. I die cut it. I'm distressing the edges. I was just picking out what colors. I kind of went through the motions with 3 different colors because I just wasn't getting what I wanted. But I like this look right here. And I'm going to start with the next step, the sentiment strips. Okay. So these are super cool, right? So there's tons of awesome sentiment strips, but I'm going to tell you how you can double the usage of these. So these are printed with toner, which means that you can foil them. So I tested it out at first. When I cut this kind of a little bit, slightly wonky, but not terribly. Anyway, but I cut the edges off and I foiled them to see, and it worked. So I was so stoked. So bear with me, I have to clean up my mess because I have ink everywhere and I just didn't want to mess up my card. So trimming this up a little bit more, just so that the edges look a little bit even. But again, this is, you know, handmade, that hallmark. So don't worry about it. Okay. I'm just eyeing it up. Bear with me. I'm super excited as this is like literally me thinking in my head, like, wait, I can foil this. I think I can foil this. So I'm trimming this down because I wanted it to be on the card, but it was too wide to fit the size of the sheet that I was working with. So again, this is all like editing. You can do whatever you want. So those 2 little pieces right there, this is when it starts to strike. I'm like laying it out. I'm like, all right, cool, but wait, I can foil these. Hold on. And I take those and I go. And so that's the foil. I line it up. Now I'm going to do the rest. So you can see where my tester was. But check this out. Check this out. They're foiled perfectly. And then you have the reverse. Now I messed up because I had them upside down. But if I would have had them perfectly, then I could have foiled those on black paper. And boom, now I have 2. So you can make double the sentiments with this one sheet. I said it. Genius. Whit, you're a genius. I love it. I love when kits have so many ways to use them. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. So I backed the image on black cardstock because I wanted to kind of bring a little bit of the lines around the florals. I mean, I could have done that in a neutral color and then it made it look like a no line coloring, but that's cool. So I just, you know, do a little border with the black, and then I actually adhere it to gold. Just so you know, I always put love in my card, so you'll see that I make a little heart shape with the glue. That's just my way of making sure that every card is packed with love. And now I'm going to use foam strips to adhere the sentiments. I have like super thin foam strips. You can cut down to whatever you have as well. But I just wanted to add a little dimension to this without bulk. And since I didn't put any dimension in, you know, adhering the sheets behind it, I figured let the sentiment pop. And then with that gold, I am in love with this gold. Actually, it's champagne. I keep saying gold, but it's not gold. The color is champagne. This is also available in the shop. It's a great color because it's not as yellow as a gold might be, but it still has so much shine and so much detail, and it looks really, really good with the vintage vibe on this card. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you were inspired, whether it's with this Whit Kit or any of your stamps, to try to take a look at what you can do and expand on some of the products that you have. But I definitely recommend getting the Whit Kit. It's just chock full of ideas and so much to enjoy when you're crafting. So thanks again, and I hope that you were inspired. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments, please put it in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer. All right, thanks so much. Happy crafting.